I'm scared. Why wouldn't I take today to do the bunny hop thing I've been talking about for ages? Get some air under my feet with the paramotor. Number one reason, I was frightened. That's unacceptable, right? We do not use the motivation of cowards to not do things. Higher standards for me than that. I'm loading up the golf cart. I guess we'll see how this goes. Future Woody here. When you watch this, you can see the wing like getting in front of me and behind me, and I even see a fair amount of airflow like going past that wing. I didn't give it nearly as much throttle as I could have, and I think that's all I did wrong. Harder on the gas, I'd have more speed, and off I would go. It does look a little wobbly. Maybe it was good to abort. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how tiring that looks, but like, I don't know, running with 60 pounds on your back maybe, and a parachute pulling you back, it's actually pretty tiring. And it's maybe 92 degrees right now. See if I can do it again. I just never seem to be controlling the wing very well in this effort. If you look, it goes to my left, like towards the camera, and I'm not fully aware of it. I don't correct it soon enough and abort. If you have to go 10 miles an hour just to launch, then if there's no wind at all, you have to run 10 miles an hour, which is hard. If it's like 7 miles an hour into the headwind, then you can kind of jog at 3 and, find yourself in the sky. For my experience level, there just wasn't enough wind. It's pretty difficult, but it's right there. It's pretty difficult to run with that thing on your back. Like I've been on a treadmill. I can go 8 miles an hour pretty comfortably, but it's fast-ish to me. I'm not a runner. So there just wasn't enough wind for me to get the airspeed I needed to get up. And then a million other things went wrong, but we'll call them learning experiences. Like almost every time I put the wing down, the lines tangled up. And I got really good at untangling the darn lines, like just spotting it and being like, aha, this needs to go under there, untangle. I spent a little more time kiting. This thing, it's kind of hard to run with it because it wants to tip you over, partly just because it's heavy, it's a lot of weight on your back, and partly because it's a fan blowing, it's a propeller, like changing your, you lean forward and then you lean back, and it wants to mess with you. And then here, I want to show you this. This is the throttle, and this is how much throttle travel there is. It's about 1 inch maybe. My point in showing you that is that you go from like 0 to 60 or 0 to 100, we'll do percentage, 0 to 100% in just very little time. And when you're working the brake with the same hand and you're running and you're working the throttle and you're doing all that together, it's a little easy to be like, whoa, too much, whoa, not enough, whoa, too much. So just any time I spend getting used to that is got to be a positive thing. I hope the next time I try it, we just get the right day for a beginner to actually achieve liftoff. Or I improve enough that I don't need the right day. I don't know. Let's do a pool update. The pool is driving me crazy. Superior Pools, they're being bad to me. So here's the background. We ordered the pool back in March, gave them a deposit immediately. They sat on their hands for 2 weeks and nothing happened. Keep that in mind. After that 2 weeks goes by, they start working to try to get the permit approved. There's issues with the permit. Our survey, which is valid, somehow had the engineer's stamp cut off on the photocopy, and because of that, the city of Raleigh wouldn't accept it. Problems. Getting a survey, that's a delay. That delay, maybe not their fault, but definitely their fault that they sat on their hands for 2 weeks. And then I guess nobody's fault that they tried in vain to get a permit for another 2 weeks without a survey. As this time passes, they take our pool that they made for us, sell it to someone else. Not necessarily them. The company they're buying the pool from says, look, if you're not going to take delivery of this thing, we sell it to somebody else. And that's what they did. So now we don't have a pool anymore. They're not being straight with us during this process. And I'm like, hey, what's the holdup? What's the deal? Did you get the permit approved? I call these people 3 times a week to make sure that they do something. Because if I don't, they don't. That shouldn't be, right? I shouldn't have to call you and remind you to do your job, but I do. So finally the permit gets approved, and that's when they level with us. Hey, we can't put your pool in because there is no pool. But when your pool is ready, we'll squeeze you in. You'll be the next one. So I think that's where we are now. They're doing somebody else's pool, and then, because they're not going to leave a job midway through, which I can get. I'm not unreasonable. They're going to finish the pool that they're doing, and then we're next. So I started this month saying, oh, I'm so excited. In this month, I'm going to learn to fly. I'm going to have a pool, and the stable's going to be done. My prediction, I learned to fly, the stable's done, and the freaking pool people suck. That's my prediction. We'll see. They've told us they're going to install the pool between the 15th and the 20th. They tell us all kinds of crap. It rarely comes true. We'll see. But anyway, we're in line for the fence installation, so I guess when the pool people do eventually grace us with their presence that I pay a bundle for, the fence won't be far behind. I don't know. It sucks. Like, this is... Next year, Hope will be going into college. You don't have a ton of, like, pool years left with our kids. Every month is precious to me. We ordered this back in March. It shouldn't be like this. It's like this because, in spite of me calling them several times a week to do their job, they haven't. And that led to delays, which led to the pool getting sold, which led to more delays, which just leads to me being screwed. I know. First world problems, right? So I was hungry, and there's nothing to eat in the house. We're kind of out of food, and Jackie's coming home tomorrow. I'm not going shopping. So I was going to go to Wendy's, but it just seemed so, like, uninspired. So I thought, you know what? I live like 10 minutes from the middle of the city. Just go there and see what you find. So let's look around.
Take me down to the paradise city where we all smoke green and the girls are pretty, even with no makeup on. No, you don't need that makeup. Take me back to the time and place where the music still rocks and the people weren't fake. People weren't fake. Oh, won't you please let me home? Come on, come on, come on. Put in the time cause it's worth it. Back against the wall, playing suey tennis balls, can't murk 'em. We Steve Urkel, we keep working on what matters to the family. TGIF Cirque, I'm hurting, but I'm never dropping the ball. Opposite of Ed Reed, but he's stopping them all. I deliver the goods, I keep dropping them off. Ain't been paid, still never taking the loss. Bob Frost with the travels, my roads stay dirty. Even if I...
So I found a place to eat. I found a place to park. Pretty awesome combination.
Just gonna be one?
Yeah. That dinner made me feel really good about, I don't know, my whole scenario. You know, I almost forgot. I have some mail to open. I prepared in advance and I covered up everybody's return address with that blue tape. That's why that's there. But I'm curious because I don't know what we have. And for those of you saying I showed my address, I don't try to hide it. It's too much work. I just don't care. If you're some sort of murderer who wants to get me, come get some. So, what do we have here? Outer Star. This person sent me a CD. Well, thank you. Now, I'm curious about this one because it says open carefully. I don't know if you can see that. It says open carefully. Then over here, it says handle with care. It's a little covered. And then he wrote, please. How nice. I like it. Hey Woody, big fan of PKA for a while and enjoy the content you put out. I was thinking of something to draw yesterday and for some erotic reason you came to mind. And we have one more to open. This one's from Mahalik. Vlogmail. Hey, I like this guy. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. Hey, Woody, longtime fan. Watch PKA every single week. I've been watching since 2012. Damn. Longtime viewer of you as well. Mail Monday was my favorite. I'm a college student going for comp sci and loving it. Side note, I think this is a really neat thing. Sometimes people used to be like, yeah, Woody, your fans are all 12 years old. Maybe. They were like 12, 15, 16. Now they're in college. They're grown-ups. They're having kids. Like, we've grown up together. Anyway, your videos helped me get through stuff, and I wanted to thank you for that. The advice you gave about having an idea and really doing it stuck with me, and now I'm not sitting around, and I'm actually doing it. I saw last on PKA, PJ had a CSGO knife. I know you're not a big fan of CS, but I know you like knives, so I've sent you this karambit fade that I've been doing all right with my Etsy shop, Dank Knives. Well, okay, I'll pimp you. Dank Knives on Etsy. I know it's spelled knives. Oh, I'm sorry, Dank Knives, Knifes. But it just looks better on paper with the direct link, dankknives.com. Hope you enjoy it. Well, this young entrepreneur is sending, oh look, Dank Knives with an F. Oh, this is cool. Ah, I like this. Check this out. Neat. All right. Well, that was mail time. Check this out. You might see this again. Dankknives.com. This is not a sponsored video unless you count my new free knife. Best of luck, you who's actually out there doing something, trying to, I don't know, you had an idea and you're making a go at it. Somehow you make this. I don't know how somebody makes something like this. So good luck to you. Mail time's over. My dogs just got into like this huge fight. Like so Ender eats from a bowl that's on the ground in the kitchen. And Ender, by the way, is this big black one. And that's Harley. She's the other one in the story. So Ender's laying on his belly, just eating, and Harley like walks up behind him and he growls. Grr. And he did it once before. He actually did it this morning. So when he did it, it was me, and I like pet him, and I think I put my hand in his bowl. All sorts of like, you know, I'm alpha, baby. Make no mistake. And he didn't. He just like tolerated it because it was me. But then Harley walked up behind him. He did that little growl, and then she kept walking up to him, and he attacked her. And there was like lions in the Serengeti, just like roar, 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 just going nuts. And it just happens I was sweeping in the kitchen, so I had a broom. And I start like baseball batting him with this silly broom, and it broke it up. Ender, those two truck nuts you got hanging, they're gonna go. They say for, I don't know about what's normal for other dogs, but for a Great Dane, they like it if you don't fix them in the first 18 months. They say it's healthier for them. And he is like 17 and a half months. Jackie comes home tomorrow. We're going to schedule the snip because that's bad behavior. And I feel, you know, if you have a Cocker Spaniel and he's showing some sort of aggression, it's a problem, but like, you know, if you have a big dog like this, you have a big responsibility. And yeah, I don't care how cuddly he is right now. That doesn't fly. All right, this camera's battery is dead. It is time for me to wrap up today's vlog. The recording light's blinking at me. It's going to turn off any second now. We recorded PKN. If you don't know what PKN is, it's kind of like PKA, except there's no guest. It's just Kyle Taylor and I. and it's like a private show. It comes out later in audio for everyone on iTunes, but there's a Patreon level. I don't even know what it is, $5 or $10 a month, something like that, where you can get PKN. And it was really good this week, which makes me feel like how good PKA and PKN are is really important to me. And it was good this time, I think. So anyway, I can't wait to start editing this stuff. I got all this cool footage of the city and the sunset and the day, and hopefully I can do something nice with the kiting, and we'll see what we get. Until tomorrow, enjoy the outro.
Multi-million-dollar deals, got $1 million deal. When I was younger, I would wonder how $1 million feel. And for real, it feel like I ain't even broke a seal. Cause when you drop hits, they want you to pick up the bill. Now my life is in Maryland, my heart is in Chicago. New York state of mind, but out LA, man, that's where I go.